You can see out the windows okay? Yeah. We can put a little step on there. Did you just call me brah?
Oh, the board. I see a hole. I see a crack.
Yep, I'll seal it.
See?
Yeah.
There. We need to put that covered up.
Nice view.
The hole where we're going to stick our heads out.
So we can hunt through this window here, or look through it, or whatever we want to do.
We can hunt through
These walls will be... No, this wall is going to be closed in. We don't need it because we can look here, and we can look here and see the same view.
We can look here.
And the big window here. Pretty killer, man.
So the hole was supposed to be on the ground.
Yeah, we're not going to do a hole in the floor.
We could just do it right here.
We can do something. All right, there she is in all of her splendor. The treehouse, OP1 as we like to call it. Here's our treehouse right quick. I've had quite a few people ask me some questions about it. So I was just gonna run over the build. It took 3 weeks and a week of me being gone. So 4 weeks, 3 weeks of work. What started out as a project, I just wanted to do a deer hunting platform. Nothing real extravagant because we got a food plot over here and there's deer all through the woods here. And just a place for me and my boys and daughter or wife or whatever to hunt from. So as I started going, like most dads, most men, you start thinking, oh man, we can make this awesome. Relive our lives through our kids again. So I never had a treehouse growing up. We always had forts in the woods that we would acquire lumber from wherever and build forts in the woods. So this was my project. I'm just going to kind of walk around it and just tell you what I did. It's very time consuming, but looking back, it wasn't really that hard. I'm sure at the moment, whenever I was trying to hold my mouth just right, stand on 1 foot on a 15-foot extension ladder with a 2x10 in one hand and a freaking impact wrench to the other, putting those 6-inch lag screws in, yeah, that was not fun, but we did it. So anyways, starting there, we'll go from start to finish right quick. I got the 2x10s and from Lowe's. They're 12 feet long. I just happened to find this tree box of these 3 trees, which was perfect because I walked around the land and tried to find something that would be suitable without me having to brace it. So this just worked fine. 6-inch galvanized lag screws. I broke 3 of them. That was before I decided to start drilling pilot holes into the tree. So there's one still left up there that I broke and that will probably be there forever. But broke those, mismeasured this, measured twice, cut once, but I wasn't cutting. Because this brace here was on the outside of this tree and that tree when I first started, and I'm like, well, that's silly because I'm not going to build the tree house here. I'm going to build it on the inside. So I flipped it around, trimmed it, and did all that. The floor joists are, I've got one 2x6 and a 2x8 there that are nailed together with like 15 screws. I used 16 penny sinkers on this entire thing. So they're all 2x6s except for these 2 here, which are 2x4s. But other than that, they're all 2x6s. This sucker is solid. It ain't going anywhere. All the siding is 3/8 4x8 sheets of regular non-treated wood. The flooring is treated. So the the 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch 4x8 sheets here are treated. But the exterior is not. People were like, well, dude, why wouldn't you do that? Well, because we painted it. So, knowing I was going to paint it, and paint doesn't really soak into treated wood very well. So we painted it, so essentially it's treated. I got to hit those 2 hinges. Yeah, so hanging this one, we're 12 feet off the ground on that side and 15 feet off the ground here to the bottom of the floor joist. So, moving right along. Eventually on this ladder, think I'm going to do staircase down to a landing and then down. But that will be down the road. I am in no hurry to do anything like that. But this is just 2x4s, again, nailed together. And I am no carpenter. Qualify me, I am no carpenter. I am a shade tree mechanic. I understand automotive stuff much better than carpentry. So I put a little handle here and a handle here to help us climb up in there. This little latch goes in right here. So when we're not up here, not using it, we can close the door behind us and don't have to worry about the wind sucking and blowing, slamming the door. So I put the foam gap sealer, fix it, whatever, squirted that stuff in here yesterday. Still need to trim it out and get it out, but just to seal up the cracks from the wood. Eventually I think we're going to paint the inside, but I didn't do that now yet, obviously. And quite honestly, I'm thinking about getting batting insulation, putting it in because it's pretty cheap, and then just like strips of wood, or I don't really want to staple it because I don't want to punch through, but we could insulate this real easily, which would be nice. I'm going to get some all-weather carpet or like patio rug, or like AstroTurf or whatever. I'll put that down in here so we can camp out and stay the night up here. As far as the doors go, the flaps, so I got a handle on the door so we can set it down, and then it just opens up so we can hunt or do whatever, sightsee. So, and getting the outside of these hinges is going to be fun. I'll have to get the ladder back out. But as you can see, 2x4 framing, like I said, 16 penny nails, sinkers throughout the whole thing. The ceiling, I did slope it, so it's a 2x6 here up front, 2x6, 2x6 here, and that tapers down to a 1.5 inch. So then that married up to this piece here. This brace, 2x6 once again, tapered. I cut that down to whatever that is, and then set that in here. So it's kind of like a little Lincoln log. So there's a nice taper, nice slope on the roof. This is all that 3/8 inch plywood. There's really no weight up here per se. So it's not like a house where I have to worry about a lot of weight from the snow or whatever being up there. I can crawl out of this and it doesn't even move right now. So I just staggered these 2x4s coming back and then laid these flat because I started running out of space for the slope. Up on top of that, I'll get my cordless skill saw out here with a steel blade and I'll trim the siding. This is just regular metal or aluminum siding. Obviously you can see the ribs flow down, so when it rains it'll run down this way off the back side. When we're up here, we can shut the door all the way, keep the girls out. You don't want any cooties up here, and we can latch it so we don't have to worry about the wind blowing it open when we're up here or at night, whatever. So it's pretty secure. I'm telling you, this floor is solid. Oh, and then I just took as far as securing the flaps, This is just 550 cord, paracord, whatever you want to call it. I'm an Army guy, so it's 550 cord to me. To civilians, maybe paracord. Drilled a hole, ran it through, tied a half square knot. Then nail wrapped around, half square knot for a bite. Have my handles on each window. The kids helped me paint, camo. That is it. And I actually get internet out here from the house. Not great, but I do. So we could sit out here and do whatever. But it's pretty killer. Love it. So that's the 1-2 punch, man. Building a treehouse 101. I will do custom tree houses for the right price. I won't be cheap because I don't want to do it again. All right. Thanks for watching. Later.